The internet won't stop talking about how Justin Bieber is having the time of his life in Scotland right now. People have seen the pop star drinking beer at pubs in Edinburgh, playing golf at fancy hotels, and filming music videos while his wife, Hailey, walks around Paris Fashion Week. But here's what everyone is asking. Where is Baby Jack Blue's Bieber? If you want to know what's really going on with the Beers and the celebrity parenting drama, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to go into great detail about this story, and I promise you'll want to hear everything I have to say. People on the internet are going crazy with guesses about how Justin and Hailey are raising their kids. People are posting things like, poor Jack Blues is probably in LA with nannies while his parents are having fun in Europe. And what kind of parents let their baby party in other countries? But wait a minute, we need to slow down all this judging. The truth is that we have no idea where their son is right now. Hailey could have had Jack Blues with her in Paris with a travel nanny for all we know. It's possible that Justin had him in Scotland. It's possible that they're working out their schedules so that one of them is always with the baby. We really don't know anything about how they really live together, but that hasn't stopped people from making assumptions and going into full-on parent-shaming mode. People have seen Justin all over Edinburgh and the surrounding areas having a great time. He arrived at Dundee Airport in his usual baggy clothes and walked across the runway like he owned the place. After that, the Canadian star went to Glen Eagles Hotel in Arart, where he posed for pictures in golf shoes, a beanie hat, wraparound sunglasses, and a jacket with the logo of the luxury hotel all over it. He was clearly there to play golf with his friends, and his social media posts show that he was having a great time the whole time. Fans were both excited and confused about why he chose to show up in Scotland of all places, but it turns out that he was also filming a music video in the area, which explains at least some of the trip. Hailey was doing her thing at Paris Fashion Week at the same time, and she looked as beautiful as always. She went to a lot of shows and was photographed in a lot of beautiful outfits that made fashion fans go crazy. Some people began to say that she was out partying at night while her baby was with someone else. But we need to talk about how unfair these ideas are again. Hailey's job as a model and influencer literally includes going to fashion shows. She has business and work commitments that require her to be at these events. Just because she works and takes care of her career responsibilities doesn't mean she's a bad mother. The gossip about blind items has been especially harsh lately. One rumor said that Justin was so drunk at lunch that he could barely keep his eyes open and almost passed out at the table. The blind item said he was a complete disaster and made people wonder about his mental health and sobriety. But here's what you need to know about blind items. A lot of the time they aren't true and could be made up. I don't see any real proof that Justin is drunk and falling over or stumbling around. There are no videos of him being taken out of places or acting completely out of control. He was seen drinking beer at a bar, but that doesn't mean he's out of control or not taking care of his child. The double standard and the rush to judgment are what really bother me about this whole thing. No one cares when famous dads go on trips or keep working after they have kids, but when famous moms do the same thing, people really hate them in the public eye. People are giving Hailey a hard time for going to fashion shows, which is her job. People are mad at Justin for going places and filming music videos, which is what he does for a living. They're both new parents who are still figuring out how to balance their jobs with their new family life. And instead of being kind to them, the internet is tearing them apart for no reason other than guesses and assumptions. I want to share something personal with you because I think it has to do with what we're talking about. My husband and I just got back from a trip to Europe to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. And I traveled alone for the first time and went to Milan, Madrid, and Dublin. It was an amazing experience, and it reminded me that even though you're married or have kids, you can still be your own person with your own hopes and dreams. It's honestly silly and out of date to think that you can't travel alone or do things you like once you get married or have a child. It's not the 1950s anymore. People who are in healthy relationships should be able to trust each other enough to let each other be independent and grow as people. People have said things like, I would never let my husband go to another country without me, or I would never let my wife go out in that outfit. What century are we in, girl? If my husband told me I couldn't travel alone or that I had to check my clothes with him first, I wouldn't let him finish what he was saying. We have been married for 10 years and together for 13 years. Trust and respect are the most important things in our relationship. We don't belong to each other. We don't have power over each other. We help each other grow as people while also taking care of our relationship. That's what healthy relationships are like these days. Every marriage is different and each couple has their own rules and limits that work for them. But I really think that keeping your own identity in a marriage is important for long-term happiness. Your dreams don't just go away when you get married or have a child. You are still a whole person with hopes and dreams and things you want to do in life. You should think about whether or not your partner is really helping you, if they are actively stopping you from going after opportunities or fulfilling long-held dreams. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live their life, but I do want to motivate people, especially women, to not lose themselves entirely in their relationships or as mothers. I will say that Justin isn't doing himself any favors here. The media and his fans have told him over and over that people are worried about how much he's traveling and posting without his baby. He keeps feeding into that story instead of maybe cutting back on social media. He posts updates all the time from wherever he is in the world, showing how much fun he's having and how he's living his life. Hailey might want to gently tell him to stop posting everything and just live his life in private for a while. People always criticize him for being a bad parent and ask where his son is and guess that there are problems in his marriage when he posts something new. It's just making a fire that doesn't need any more fuel. Justin is acting like he's a YouTube vlogger with millions of subscribers who are watching every second of his life. He doesn't need to broadcast his whole life online. This is Justin Bieber. He is a huge star around the world who could easily enjoy his life without telling everyone about it, but I also get why someone might feel this way. Justin's childhood and young adulthood were never really normal. While most people are going to college, backpacking through Europe, and figuring out who they are, Justin was already a child star dealing with a lot of fame and attention. He went from being a kid star to a teen heartthrob to an adult artist to a married man and now a father, all while being in the public eye. He never got to be a normal person who could explore the world without cameras following him all the time. I'm not a therapist, but I think Justin might be trying to get back some of the things he missed out on when he was younger. Someone who worked nonstop during their teens and early 20s would probably find the whole traveling thing and the freedom to just go play golf in Scotland or drink beer at a pub without worrying about tour schedules and album releases very appealing. I think it's good for him to want to have some normalcy and freedom now that his life is more stable. And the problem is that everyone is watching and judging what he does. And sadly, the story that's being told about him right now isn't very good. What I think people need to know, though, is this. You don't have to give up everything you did before you had a baby just because you're a parent. Your priorities change and your child becomes the most important thing in your life. But that doesn't mean you can't travel, go out, work on your career, or spend time away from your child. People who are rich have nannies. That's just the way it is. Getting help with childcare doesn't mean you're a bad parent. It turns you into a person who has resources and decides to use them. It's okay to let other people help you with parenting duties as long as your child is safe, loved, and cared for. This way you can also keep up with other parts of your life. Shaming parents needs to stop because it has no real basis. We haven't seen any proof that Jack Blues is being hurt or neglected in any way. We haven't seen any pictures of Justin or Hailey doing anything that would make us worry about the safety of the kids. What we're seeing is two young parents who are trying to figure out how to be famous around the world and new parents at the same time. And to be honest, they're probably doing the best they can. Is it ever messy? Yes. Are they making decisions that I might not? Maybe. But does that mean they are bad parents?
No way.
I also think it's important to point out that rumors about Justin and Hailey having problems in their marriage seem to come up all the time, no matter what they're doing. Even if they were seen together looking happy, people would still find a way to say there was trouble in paradise. They go on separate trips and all of a sudden they're about to get divorced. They write about each other online, which is called performative. They don't talk about each other online, which is a sign that something is wrong. People will always find something to criticize or guess about when you're a famous couple, so there's really no way to win. The most important thing is that Justin and Hailey know what's best for their family. They know their boy, they know how they feel about each other, they know what plans they've made for childcare and how they're managing their responsibilities. The rest of us are just people who are watching from the outside and making decisions based on small bits of information that don't give us the whole picture. Instead of thinking the worst about them, maybe we could give them the benefit of the doubt and trust that they are doing what they think is best for their family. I don't see anything wrong with Justin being in Scotland or Hailey being in Paris at the end of the day. I don't think it's wrong for them to go their separate ways and work on their own careers and interests. I don't think there's anything wrong with them being independent in their marriage. These are all normal things that millions of couples do every day. The only thing that is different is that Justin and Hailey are doing it while the whole world watches and takes pictures of them. Most of us will never have to deal with that extra stress and judgment. I think we should be more understanding of how hard that must be. So this is how I see the whole thing. Stop making fun of parents. Don't make assumptions about other people's lives based on what you see on social media or in paparazzi pictures. Don't expect famous parents to follow different rules than everyone else. Let Justin have fun on his golf trip to Scotland. Allow Hailey to work at Paris Fashion Week. Believe that they have made plans to keep their son safe and loved. And maybe most importantly, remember that being a parent or getting married doesn't mean you stop being your own person with your own wants and needs. You can be a great spouse and parent while still going after your dreams and staying independent. We need to stop acting like those things can't happen at the same time. If you like this video and want to see more about celebrity news and pop culture, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment below to let me know what you think about the whole Justin and Hailey thing and whether you think the criticism they're getting is fair or way too much. I love hearing what you think and talking about these things in a real way, so don't be afraid to say what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.